it on?
But it's muted over there.
Huh?
It's on, but it's muted over there.
Okay.
Where you going? Where? Raymond Laborde? Go. What's your,
How you doing?
shoot, you're gonna be making money like a bee makes honey.
Try my best. That's the plan. I just wanted to come tell you about before I headed out. So take care.
Take care, bud.
Oh, drive you crazy, man.
You got your truck back?
Oh, yeah. The next day, I had to go pick it up in rain.
Is that where it was?
My wallet was still in the little side compartment. Everything that was in the back seat was still there.
Where's this for?
Huh? I don't know what that is.
So me and Al can't whisper to each other without you picking it up.
Well, y'all go ahead and whisper so we can see if it gets picked up.
Okay, well, I just wanted to run that.
So what you getting at? What do you want to see?
Okay.
Sean made me some brioche for last night for lunch.
I don't know, but they got an animal control.
Hey, what did they give him?
Oh,
No,
they cooked some.
Cook something.
How were they?
Hot for over. But they threw him 22 men came. They ate
My
him up.
understanding now.
They like that, huh?
Man, even
They-
Tall Red on Jonathan were there.
In fact, one of the
They
things
eat
we're
that?
gonna ask is that each of the
Huh?
towns
They ate some,
Jonathan,
to
no,
us
he
the
never
money
did.
he never did?
He said Jessica to cook
spend
for
for
him.
their animals.
Shit.
Huh?
How you doing there, Mr. Chick?
I don't believe she cooked.
I don't know.
Jody, Jody came.
I'd like to call the mass gathering, meeting, open public meeting to order. This is pertaining to the mass gathering ordinance. Passed recent, that hadn't passed, has been written, and is up for approval tonight, so what we're gonna do is entertain anybody that wants to speak on it. We'll let you speak for 3 minutes. Hopefully, we can get all the pluses and minuses out here during this, so we don't have to spend so much time at the meeting on it, so that's what I'd like to do. So if anybody wants to step up to the plate, now's the time. Anybody wishing to speak? Sheriff Dozart.
I know Avoyelles already had pretty much a mass gathering, except it applied to 5,000 people or more before issuance of a permit. Well, the Planning Commission and I met, just because the sheriff, I guess, deals with security and you know, and we brought that number down to 2,000 people or more to for the issuance of a permit and stuff. And it's more of a compliance deal where, let's say, you know, there's a bunch of shootings or stabbings or something uncivilized or unruly. That way we can make a decision, or the jury can, if they want to issue a permit, or if and a lot of this arose about 2 years ago with a trail ride in Bunkie, and it's not just focused on that, because obviously it's about a mass gathering throughout the parish, but in some cases the access to a hospital was shut off, and traffic jams for 2 hours or more, and that's where we came in and said, look, we need to do something more to plan for the event. Make sure they have adequate parking. Make sure they have adequate security, traffic control. And guess what? A year later, which was this year, we did it. We brought, you know, numerous officers and security, and it went fine. Nobody had trouble. So that's what this is more about making it safer for the public. That's what it is. So, okay.
Anybody else? All right. Any jurors want to speak up? Have any questions?
Say something.
Go ahead, yes, ma'am.
I get a little concerned when these rules are so very specific. so very detailed. And I mean, our concern is sometimes you have an event, you don't know how many people are going to be there or not. And then, suppose you underestimate, overestimate, and then, they're going, oh, you were illegal and all this stuff. And that's what I just have a problem reading. It was just so detailed, so whatever. And you don't want to prohibit people from, doing things in our parish and having a good time. And that's my concern about this. So, and then, it's not for the cities, it's just for the parish. And I just had concern. It was so hard to try to, decide what exactly are y'all saying on here. That's my concern.
The sheriff just basically said, public safety, number one, you have events, but you can keep records, kind of give you an idea for the next year. I mean, go from there. But I'd rather have something specific than real general. That's just me, I'm just saying. But you heard his concern, why he thought it was necessary. Anybody else? I don't want to.
But he got a concern about 1 year over the past 150 years. Is that really enough to make somebody start paying fees for?
The permitted.
The permit's already, there is a permit fee already.
What is it, $200,
I think we went up to 200, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's $200. If you have more than 2,000, if you do a ticket sale, then you can see how many tickets you sell. You can know that.
Right now it's 150,
It's 150.
and then 50 for nonprofit.
But that's minimal of ours.
Yeah, that's what I said. This is not just new. It's been that way. We just changed it from 5,000 to 2,000. It's, that's saying you're expecting so many people. Well, you need to have adequate porta potties or something like that, because if not, then you might start going on people's property, doing things that, you wouldn't want next to your house if they were using the restroom on the property. And that's some of this is already happening. That's why we're trying to contain this. I don't think anyone is gonna be unreasonable. I think the jury as a whole is they're gonna meet on it if there's a problem and discuss it and see how to fix it. Okay, but right now, there's nothing in place. You can pretty much do what you want.
Steve, when you hold your event, how many people normally you'll have?
We haven't had an event out there in 20 years, so I would have no clue how many people would show up.
What did y'all?
What, the
For
fort?
Jerusalem, if we wanted to have a reenactment or something, I doubt seriously there's gonna be 1,000 people. I don't know great for me if I could round up 1,000 people to show up out there. I probably couldn't, but it's just the idea that I don't know if there's gonna be 300 or 700, or 900 or 1,100, and who decides? 1,900 or 2,200.
If you have that many, it doesn't matter, you just have it. All you have to do is say, hey, I plan on having an event, it's gonna be 1,000 or more, and that's it. You don't have to buy a permit, you can have it. The permit only applies for 2,000 people or more. Okay, so nobody's gonna, have your event. You just try to plan it as best as you can. And then once you have an event, you go from there. I don't think there's gonna be that many people either.
No.
The Farmville Church Fair probably don't have 600 to 800 people at that, I mean, that's huge. So I don't think you'll have that to be in that. But you may get 500 or 600 people. It's just so it's organized. That's all we're trying to do. You're gonna meet with a parish superintendent, which is Kevin Morgan, and say, this is what I plan on doing. We'll just ask you a few questions and try to help you plan. That's all it's for. Okay? If it's 2,000 people or more, then you gotta buy $150 permit. That's the only difference. He's still gonna help you plan.
And if only 1,500 show up, you'll get my money back?
If you, that's why you can do RSVP. I mean, you can try to get a number. Okay. If you, if you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you, if you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number. Okay. If you have that many people, then you can try to get a number No, I think you'll have that
If
problem.
it's weather like today, you get 50 people show up.
I don't think you'll have
Weather
that
like
problem.
today.
You have that many there, you make a cleanup day.
Exactly.
Were you gonna bring donuts?
Always do, huh?
Like I said,
You always do.
2,000 people is a lot.
That's a lot of people.
We talking about the Coliseum and it holds like 20 people.
Yes.
Because I mean, you know how big that is during an event, packed, that's every seat packed. I know what that is.
It's okay. I do.
Thank you. Anybody else want to elaborate? Speak, talk.
So Sheriff, you're saying that any event over 2,000 people will require a permit, correct?
2,000, I think it's 2,000 people or more. But it's either 2,000 or, look right here, a mass gathering of 2,000 people or more requires a permit.
A lot of people.
That's a lot.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, we were told by the DA early in the process that this would apply to everybody. But they have changed their stance. Now this only applies to out of town, out of incorporated limits people, which changes the whole structure of a permit, in my opinion.
And we can't enforce ordinances inside city limits.
Yeah, municipalities make their own laws, so it's only outside, just like the jury. The jury is only outside city limits, so that's what it applies.
But we were working on an opinion by one of the DAs, and then one of the other DAs said that's not accurate. So we had to go with what the big one said.
You can write the Attorney General, he'll give you a written opinion.
Well, that's after the fact.
Yeah, but it's gonna, I believe the municipalities handle it.
Well, let's say if you had an event, you don't anticipate 2,000, but you end up with 2,000. Well, you know next year, hey, and you know, you might can push and get by without getting a permit, I guess. But next year, have the courtesy enough to say, hey, we better go get a permit.
But
All right.
meanwhile, I don't spend a year in jail, right?
No, no, I mean, no, I don't, no.
I think the jury would weigh an opinion on it.
Now, if you had 2,000 and let's say something bad happened where he had to come get involved, then, you know, I don't know what happens then, but I think,
I think, and that's why I think we had talked about it, the planning commission invited me to some kind of security guard, you know, I gotta deal with all of this, is, I say if we have 1,000, if we expect 1,000 or more people, just let us know, and then we can get the superintendent with you and stuff, and we know different, you know, reenactments, my brother-in-law's big in the Civil War, you know, he goes, travels all over and stuff, and, I don't think you'll have nearly that many guys. Okay, I'm like, if you get 600, 800, you're doing well.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what we did, 300.
exactly. I don't see you coming right in close. And that's what the 1,000 is it gets to me and the jury involved, just to look at it and say, okay, good, you have it. And if you want, we can make you a contingency plan. We look at it, help you plan.
Just a little concerned, I know like at the Natchitoches Christmas Lights Festival, they'll say, how many people did we have show up? And one said, well, we said 10,000 last year, so let's say we have 11,000 this year. So nobody really knows how many people are out there, but they're just pulling numbers out of the air to make their PR look better. And I don't want no enthusiastic DA to say, oh, you had.
That's like the corn test, I think somebody looked it up online, and said it has 12,000 people there, and that was the true issue. You know what I mean? And even throughout the weekend, I was there. You know, because I mean, my officers, some officers worked at me, they don't go home at 10, 11 o'clock, and it's like nobody was there, you know, and during the day, it was nobody. I think it's more just to meet with the jury, so everybody's on the same page, and everybody wants to work with you and say, look.
Oh, I can't complain. What about you? You busy?
Let's find out the problems we have, let's.
They got something going on?
I was just asking for a friend.
Things like that, one more than 2,000, that's not an issue.
I was concerned, if we have a reasonable sheriff, we're fine. seen back in the day when like Mansour and Hesmer had some little deputies who took notes from morning they watched Andy Mayberry to learn how to be a cop. And you put somebody like that in charge, and you got problems.
Well, and the jury issues the permit, like I said, they're gonna, you know, I think they're gonna have some type of council to talk about it, weigh it out. I don't think you know, it's just something that happened, you know, a couple of times throughout the history of the parish, and we don't want it to happen, you know, because we're talking some big numbers here, we're not talking, we're talking 3 to 5 times.
Any other comment? Okay, hearing none, I'm gonna close this, meeting, and we will be voting on the matter tonight. Thank you for your input. Upcoming meeting is, we have agendas out. If you wish to speak on any item, you need to fill out a card and give it to the Secretary Treasurer, please. We'll start at 5 o'clock.
straighten them up, boy. How about you came on that helicopter today?
Oh, they gotta, I mean, through the motions, you know, feeling.
Well, quite honestly, that property, if you want to use it as an animal
Uh-oh.
shelter, they would have to give it to you because it's not in your
Hopefully it
home.
goes all right. Yeah. What are they putting on these lots? Not no, they putting trimmers.
In this day, because you have to have the sewage. Yes, because you have to have sewage so that you can hold water.
Where you at, Todd? Yeah, I bet he's going to Fresh Kids tonight.
Buddy Justin Gasper.
Huh?
Said it would be. And you know, we all live around there.
All night.
Where that subdivision
Huh?
I live in, they've never had one problem.
Hurricane coverage.
You know,
Tomorrow night, that's when it's gonna be. Ooh, man. It's still turning?
Linda and them will come.
behind $50,000-$60,000 set
A site for the house, then that owns
and after
some,
it's
but those are not regular, you can't count on those every year.
that's all. That's only cost. But thank God over there by the road, where the houses.
But
Hope it keeps going that way.
Right there in those lots are not really those lots on Bank Street.
God, dog.
It'd probably be best for a tree house.
Man, oh man.
Just yesterday when I was
well, and I mean,
talking to kids about doing that.
because you figure we have how many people in this parish, granted some of those are, granted some of those kids.
But how much rain they expect?
Here's your lots right here. Right here.
Boy, it rains today.
This area right here, Mr. Tim.
And I was gonna say,
Flooded.
so,
It's and we installed
4 inches.
covered right
and those
here.
6,000 people, among those, some of those people, which they land is no place for these animals to go.
Whatever comes up to
But you know,
because
but you know, those people, but you know.
And if there's a wind blowing with the ground soft like that, the trees, boy.
Okay, all of those people
what happens if they flood?
and obligated
Now
to
they've
pay
already
everybody
flooded.
$5,
So
$10,
it,
whatever.
saying that because of these lots that were sold and you put some culverts across the ditch, that's the only reason they flooded.
The trucks are there?
But
And someone to call.
you know where they can go to. And a few landowners along that call me was talking about that. But as long as
Man,
it's a big
man,
culvert,
oh
I
man.
think let the water flow.
Crash and burn?
You have a major call looking for you.
I don't think they even talked about it. They just said they want to make a new planning commission.
Fine. Those plans were made in the, whenever you and I were in high school.
With the ordinance, there's
I mean, I definitely think they should partner because there's some valuable information.
There's another ordinance that says something where you can't cook tree houses too. Brandon Scott.
And I guess that's where I'm going. They have the information.
Test,
They're training
test.
on
Wait a minute.
Facebook presence. Great.
No, Jenny has to go to that
Mama and Bastion, those people drove from Bastion.
city hall. They having that
Correct.
planning commission or something.
They need to buy all the properties. If you want to
Well, I don't know how it's gonna last.
you need to buy them. I mean, this crap is telling us what they can do.
So Mark said
Oh yeah, but you can watch it over there.
government ordinance requires a planning
guess so.
conversation about you and others.
That's right, it's going head straight for them. New Orleans.
Facility, they didn't do a, plant kind of thing, they had to do a big one for it, and it would be capable of handling X number. And it basically looks like a container, if you will. And then it's blocked off here, and then right here, there's a little opening. This is fenced in. So each animal has its own place, and then come out here in this fenced in area.
Because he's very good, but he's gonna be fair though. And he has a lot of experience in that too. So I'm glad he's on that.
And then is there a tax break available?
I got back about two.
Get solar panels?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Stephen, they can eat out my freezer.
Did they steal your cell phone too in that truck?
3 cell phones in the truck.
Damn. They stole your Facebook.
My little brother brought
Well,
it.
there might be an avenue.
They told me, he said there's some cell phones in here. Who they for? Michael, my brother, he said, it's sure not for him. I'm in jail over that. They're supposed to send him back here.
I got you.
Rash out, and a girl.
That's wonderful, Sam. You're doing a great job, Sam. And
He booing them
Oh,
sitting
this
in
is the
trouble all the
process.
time. That boy, and all. And Angelo and them let him out, let him go.
so y'all are fostering for a child fire rescue as well right now?
He broke away. Ain't no good.
Hey, how's the kids?
Dang.
But I need somebody to adopt this one because I can't keep another. I can't keep another. Yeah, but our last one, we ended up,
He's going to Plosheville.
and this one's Thanksgiving, but I just.
Meeting of the Avoyelles Parish Police Jury to order. Today's date is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, 5 p.m. Please stand for the opening prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Coco. Heavenly Father, we come to you today with gratitude for the opportunity to serve our parish. We ask for your guidance and wisdom as we gather to make decisions that will impact the lives of our good people. Grant us the patience to listen to one another, the humility to consider all perspectives, and the courage to make choices that are fair and just. Please protect all those from harm in the path of this upcoming storm. Continue to bless our elderly, the sick, our living veterans, and the men and women of our armed forces. We ask all this in your holy name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. A couple announcements before we get started. The homeroom and charter meeting that was scheduled for tomorrow has been moved to September 18th at 5:30 at the Ag Center, and the Planning Commission meeting will be September 25th at 5 p.m. at the Parish Barn. All right? We'll proceed on. Roll call, please.
Carol Wiley.
Present.
Mark Boyle.
Here.
Travis Francis.
Present.
Ernest Anderson.
Here.
Sam Pierce.
Here.
Clyde Benson.
Here.
Alan Thomas.
Here.
McKinley Keller. And Jacob Coco.
Here.
All right. Item 5 on the agenda is adopt the minutes of the regular meeting held on August 13th, 2024, as printed in the weekly news and emailed to jurors. I get a motion. Motion by Mr. Pierce, second by Mr. Coco. Question or comments from the jury? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, need a motion to adopt the minutes of the Tourist Commission meeting held on August 26, 24, as presented. Mr. Thomas makes a motion, second by Mr. Ernest. Questions or discussion from the jury? Question from the audience? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 7, what's the pleasure of the jury pertaining to the mass gathering ordinance? Need a motion?
I say we accept it as it is.
All right,
Make the motion.
all right, to accept it?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Benson makes a motion to accept it. Do I have a second? All right, second by Mr. Ernest. Question or comments from the jury? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, I guess we'll take a hand vote. All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand, please. All right. 5. All opposed? All right. All right, that motion carries. All right, number 8 is I need a motion to authorize the president to sign documents for the Council of Agents 5311 grant. Anybody?
That's
All right.
it's a normal annual thing.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Benson.
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Burrell. Question or comments from the jury? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item 9, I need a motion to implement temporary housing and shelter assistance program.
That's the yearly thing. Huh?
Okay.
I'll make that
All
motion.
right, Mr. Benson makes the motion, second by Mr. Coco. Questions or comments from the jury?
What is that?
Jamie?
Mr. Joey?
This is, if your home gets destroyed and we've had a federal disaster, FEMA will come and put a camper trailer or something in your property that you can live in up to a year for that, until your property is repaired.
All right.
Okay.
That's an annual thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It has to be done, renewed annually.
Yeah.
All right. Question, comments from the audience? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 10, Jacob.
All right, make a motion to approve Albert Drive drainage project. We get another quote in, for $4,500 to, Kyle Link.
All right, motion been made. And a second by Mr. Benson. Question, comments from, jury? You said 4,500?
Yeah, 4,500, yes, under.
Not
budget.
6,000?
4,500.
45?
Change that, 4,500. Okay. Hearing none, question or comments from the audience? Okay, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 11, Jacob.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve, $2,000 to, budget, apply for a permit for Pittman Environmental. That's a wetland permit, clean ditch on William Gilbert Road. And I think Kevin's gonna get the permission from the landowner, prior to submit for the permit.
Okay. Get a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Thomas. Question or comments from the jury?
Who's this permit from?
So,
EPA or Corps of Engineers?
Kevin will elaborate on it?
From the Corps of Engineers.
Yeah. Benson Wetlands.
It's a wetlands, Corps for wetlands permit.
Both of these projects under Road District 2.
Okay.
Look at that.
Any other comments from the jury? Question, comments from the audience? Okay, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, Jake.
All right, I did check with district attorney on this item right here for the IGA for the town of Simsport. We can, enter the IGA with them. I think they passed it at their meeting last night, the IGA, so we gotta pass it at our meeting. But it's, exchange the pot patcher, for the use of their Jetta.
Okay. Motion been made. Second.
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Thomas.
So how is that gonna work? We're still gonna use our patch?
Oh, no, we actually trade in the thing, we use for, use of it.
Or, what I'm asking, so our pot patching crew we're gonna use to do the pot patching in that area, in Simsport? And who's gonna operate the jetter
And be
machine?
the town employees. Rick? Yep.
That's gonna be, Centerport that's gonna do that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've had this IG out with them before.
Yeah.
And it expired, and, so when they need something, usually when it's in Mr. Coco's area, the contractor will take a day and go into Simsport, and then when we need the jetter, we call them and they'll come. I've operated theirs, once or twice, and then they'd come and clean some covers for us. It works out pretty good.
And I
Both sides.
thought probably that we could operate the jetter ourselves and we'll have to bring it in.
I'm the only one that's,
Oh, yeah.
really
Oh,
qualified to run it with the parish, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, their guys do a good job.
So okay.
Yeah, the one time I ran it, we had a cover stopped up in Bulky, so I didn't want to ask them to drive all the way over there, so I went and got it. And our guys did it.
Yeah, that's a fair trade-off.
Any more, questions, comments from the jurors? Questions, comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 13, Mr. Pierce.
Okay, I would like to reconsider RFPs from other agencies than the two that we got them from. With some conversations with some other bankers, they wondered why they were excluded, and of course I told them because they weren't located in the parish, housed in the parish. They didn't think that was a good enough reason, and on further consideration, I don't think it necessarily looks good that we've done this. Now, if we want to stay with where we are, I'm okay with it, but if we do want to get RFPs from other banks, with having said that, I would like to make a motion that we table the RFP proposal and reconsider it.
I'll second.
All right. Motion's been made to table the RFP motion and that we reconsider.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Benson. Question or comments from the jury?
So what we're gonna be getting,
Okay, so if we're gonna table this, then we need to refer it to the finance committee. It's what that's what I wanna see, and, we'll go from there. And then the finance committee will look at everything and make a recommendation. And then we'll go from there,
If it passes.
okay? Any other comment? All right, question or comments from the, audience? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of reconsidering the motion and tabling it, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Mr. Franks, we need to set up as soon as possible, a committee meeting and get that.
For whatever good it's gonna do. Yes, sure.
Okay.
I'll support you in any way, sir.
All right. Number 14, Mr. Thomas.
Make a motion to accept the Road District 2 improvements as substantially completed.
One second.
All right, second by Mr. Coco. Question and comments from the jury? All right, question and comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 15, I need a motion to approve Tim Lambert's plat survey for Lodge Road, Lot 1 through 12, Tyler Cemetery Road, Track 1, 2, and 3, and German Bayou, 3 parcels.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas, second by Mr. Coco. Question or comments from jurors? This was presented at the planning commission.
Yeah, everything was.
This is coming through
proper.
them. Everything looked pretty
Everything was
good.
proper.
Okay, question, comments from the audience? Well, they didn't show up, Mr. Ronald, so there was a problem with, they're not here. Okay? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, Mr. Franks.
We have to have a dedication on the ARPA funds, which has to be complete as far as specifying where and what we're gonna do with the ARPA funds for September of 2024, and then those funds need to be spent by 2026. Today, we have approximately $860,000 to Gumbo on a match, but there are some in-kind services that Kevin Barlow has done. So we're hoping to get, $150,000, $200,000 back from that. And then also a little bit left also in Southwest Water. I'm recommending that the remainder of that ARPA funds would go back into the general fund and then would be used within the next 2 years.
You gonna make that motion?
Yes, I first the motion, sir.
All right.
I'll second that.
All right, second by Mr. Burrell. Question or comments from jurors?
Yeah, Southwest Water didn't send a bill for the rest of their funds?
Not to my knowledge. I thought we had paid it all up front whenever you went and meet with them, but that wasn't the case. And then they did send a partial payment. And Jamie, isn't there some that's left also?
We did, we sent some, and then I got a bill today for water pumps from Coburn's.
They were supposed to send a bill for the rest of their remaining balance.
And they may have, I'm not sure, I have so much going on, and then we have one person that's out of the office, so it's kind of chaotic, but I do believe if we wouldn't have paid him, he probably would have been in touch. But I do know we got the invoice for some water pumps, or something to do with the water pump hydrant or something. So the only thing that we would really have would be Gumbo and the rec complex.
No, nothing on the rec complex, just Southwest Water and the ARPA funds. And the Gumbo match is what's left. And just as a number wise, there's about we have about 1.2, and then we got Gumbo that's about 860, and then a little bit left on Southwest Waterworks. So, when it all flushes out, we're assuming around the 250 mark would be going back into Gumbo, maybe higher than that, just depending on if Mr. Kevin can come up with some good magic and get some more in-kind services on Gumbo, which he's still working on and we're still working on. I don't have a timeline yet on Gumbo, but the jury did make a commitment back in 2022, 23, Jacob? When did you do that?
22.
22, so I mean, we're bound by it. That Southwest Waterworks. So that's where we stand today.
How much ARPA we have left over?
Sir?
How much ARPA we have left over?
Right now, Jamie, what is it at, 1.2?
The auditor at close of 23, it was 1.2 million, but we started expending the rest of it on Southwest Water this year. We haven't begun the Gumbo nor the rec complex. So all of that showed as a surplus because it hadn't been expended. So that's how he came up with that amount. But once you start spending it, you won't have that left.
So is it pretty much dedicated?
Yes.
The Gumbo is dedicated. I mean, maybe Mr. Benson, you and part in that, you and Jacob and Daryl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 8. I think that the Gumbo was the first part of ARPA when all you could use it on was water and sewage and broadband.
That's right.
So you guys allocated that, and that was 880. I'm sorry.
Right.
And then Southwest Water was another commitment you made as far as water. So that's the two. The rec center, we will not have any obligation to that. You guys did make a motion, but in some more discussions, they're gonna have enough funding. I'd say enough funding. We just need to worry about that today, and that will help us tremendously not to
And that's going to the recreation center?
Sir?
That's going to the recreational center?
Say that again?
Is anything going to the recreational center?
No.
No.
No, sir.
We have another, Gumbo, contract that's gonna come out, and I'll get with you on that when it comes out.
It is. Yeah, Gumbo 2.0 coming
There's
out.
no match on that, I don't believe.
No. I mean, I don't know, we could give them some match light maybe, but that's about it. No, there's no money there. But you are right, though. Supposedly, Gumbo 1.0 that Swift is working with is supposed to be done hopefully mid-2025. That's what's on the website. I was just looking at it yesterday. So 2.0 will start out at around that time, which hopefully will catch every, well, I say that. There's two different programs. There's Gumbo and there's RDOF. So between those two programs, every house should have fiber in the parish.
She talked about she'd have us some plans here next 60, 90 days.
Who would?
The lady,
The Swift lady?
no, this wasn't Swift, this was another company that's gonna have a different contract.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Cool.
As soon as she gets the plans, they'll send them to
Was
us.
that not for the Fifth Ward area?
Yes, it's a lot of area.
18th, a company won it, and then they ended up, something happened, whether back out or something they didn't abide by. So it was actually rebidded about 3 to 4 months ago. I remember hearing that, and that's probably what you have there.
As soon as they get us the plans, we'll start working on the
Would-
permitting for them and give them their discounts too and stuff, if y'all want. That'll help us too.
Yep.
I'll get
Which Fifth Ward is outstanding because they have absolutely nothing there as far as internet. So
All right.
All right, any more comments, questions from jurors? Question and comments from the audience? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item 17, Mr. Benson.
Okay, the opioid committee met yesterday evening.
half of April.
And we voted to give the following amounts. Avoyelles sleeve up, $50,000. Last year we gave them $55,000. Avoyelles Youth Coalition, $28,000. Last year we gave them $30,000. Washington Street Hope Center, $20,000. Last year we gave them $20,000. Avoyelles Adult Drug Court, $9,500. Last year we gave them $10,000. And Avoyelles Parish District Attorney, $7,500. Last year we didn't give them any money. And all of them's doing the work that's the lawsuit specifies that they should be doing. And I want to make a motion that we give these amounts out.
Okay, motion been made, second by Mr. Burrell. Question and comments from the jurors? Question and comments from the audience? Hear none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 18, need a motion to consider a resolution to select Pan American for engineering and program administration for roadway improvements, House Bill 782. All right, motion by Mr. Franks, second by Mr. Coco. Question or comments? Jurors, question, comments from the audience? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, we need a motion to consider a resolution to select Pan American for engineering and program administration for the Avoyelles Youth Community-Based Program. Motion by Mr. Frank, second by Mr. Anderson. Question or comments from jury? Question or comments from audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 20 is need a motion to consider a resolution, select Pan American for engineering and program administration for capital outlay roadway improvements. Motion by Mr. Benson, second by Mr. Coco. Question or comments?
Question.
Yeah.
Mr. President, have we heard, Jamie, anything on the capital outlay or also the money in the bank for the 4 roads? Still
sir.
nothing?
I done a cooperative endeavor agreement with them Monday.
Yeah, that's one we had to
Yeah,
sign.
we had to sign. We're just waiting on them, on Treasury for those
On
4
Treasury to
roads.
say that these funds are here.
Now, capital outlay, it's not the whole 2 million.
Right.
It's 500,000 in priority 1, $1 million in priority 5, and then $500,000 in new priority 5. So you could pretty much take that 1.5 million and set it on the side, because you're probably just gonna get the half.
And
But it's a
and
500
going back on the capital improvements too, Mr. President, didn't you talk about, we had the 500,000 allocated for capital improvement. Is that something you're gonna take for vote down the road?
Yeah.
On what we'll do as a total project?
Yeah.
After kind of the engineering and everyone looks at it?
Yeah, I think y'all have already talked about it.
It's in committee.
Yeah,
It's in committee.
It's in committee?
Yeah, and we trying to wait until we get the money before we bring it up.
That's also there's 4 roads that we have.
Ed Carroll, Furman, Louis
That's your
Hormson.
House Bill 782.
Yeah, that's
I
through
know.
Treasury.
That's what we already-
$750,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is it
this-
$750,000,
yep.
those roads?
yes.
Okay.
Chris,
And for the coroner.
the 500,000 plus the 25% match, we already like using the divided that with jurors for Washington district.
It's in committee.
It's in committee.
It's in committee.
Once we're here, we'll come with our plan from the committee.
Then we'll bring it,
But that's the way we have done it,
yeah.
yes.
We can't answer.
Any other comments from jurors?
No, sir.
All right, questions, comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Benson,
Okay,
21.
we got, our, tractor that, one of the wheels need repairing. And we're just estimating that it may cost $12,000. We're hoping it's less than that. And, it's in the shop.
What kind of wheel? Is that a chrome or a
No,
polished
it's
wheel?
a,
Wheel sealed and bearings.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, last time we had a repair similar and, done, it was $11,000 bill.
What tractor is that?
2018.
Used to be on the side cutter, 2018 5100 John Deere. So we're kind of guessing. We brought it to Goldman last week. As soon as I get the estimates in and meet with them and, you know, see if there's nothing we can't buy salvage, you know, anything like that. Hopefully we'll get it down cheap.
those guys in Bunkie that those mechanics, you ever tried them before?
Yes,
Little Prairie?
I've got a tractor headed to them. As soon as this storm passes, another tractor.
They can't work on that 5100 either, if it would be cheaper
Uh,
to go with.
We didn't talk to them about that right now. They're busy with combines and everything else.
I got a
They
good
were
idea what the
behind. They
record
tell me they're, so I do have another tractor going to them with some different problems.
Okay, you making that motion, Mr.
Yeah, I'll
Benson?
make the motion to, repair the, 2018 tractor, not to exceed $12,000.
All right, second. Second by Mr. Coco. Question, comments from the jury?
Fine myself.
Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Need to entertain a motion granting the Secretary Treasurer to pay all bills and waive the reading of the oath. Mr. Borrell, second by Mr. Thomas. Question or comments? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Benson, second by Mr. Thomas. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Y'all stay safe.
Good work.
All right. Okay. Thank you.